Right, so I'm just going to pause the timer here. Really tricky to start off because Jaina can throw queen or ace up both at 0.2 speed, and the only thing I can compete with is ace. So there's a good chance he's going to throw as well. So it's really tricky. And generally, though, Jaina wants to get that advantage from the straightaway. She doesn't want Geiger to block. He's got to build a hand. So I'm going to start off with a 7 throw. Hopefully beats his throw. And he's blocked, so I've won anyway. And I want to keep knockdown. Geiger really has to focus on keeping his hand early on. What he's really got to do is build a hand, get temporal distortion just to threaten her, make sure she doesn't get unstable power, which is really difficult. Won't bait them out really. And he's probably going to throw a few dodges early on, so he can actually make me believe I've got unstable power. And vivafringe knows me well, and I always block second turn. I always block, so I'm going to go for a king here, which should tie with any of his queens or aces. Just going to see how he plays out. Obviously, he threw this 10 out early. I know he's not got another 10, so I should probably dodge a little bit early on just to take advantage of that. Well, actually, I don't want to dodge too much because I don't want him to get the power up for aces. So keeping knockdown is hugely important, and getting the life advantage on Jaina is very important, so you start reducing her options very quickly. Right, I've got a pretty decent hand here. It's quite varied. I haven't got any aces yet. I might start looking into powering up just to get one ace. Now, obviously, it's very useless, but what kind of person powers up with Geiger for one ace? So my thinking is that will bluff him to getting scared of throwing out any more queens or aces. And now's actually a very good time for him to start throwing these power cards. He needs to catch up quickly on life. So I'm going to block here, and I'm going to use a 10 block because it's pretty slow. And he's blocked again. He's getting that other 10 in there. And now my dodge is completely shut down because it just lets him fetch more aces. So it's only safe for me to do that if I've got ace in the hand. No reason to play research and development at this stage. Again, very scared about ace or queen. So he might try to throw me again because I'm still a moderate sized hand. So 7 throws will usually beat his throws, and he's queened me, which is something I didn't really want, but no reason to play a face down card. At this stage, really got to think about what card he's got. He's probably got, because of how he's playing, he's probably got quite a few throws, and he doesn't really want to use those. He just wants to use his 10s to get them into there, stop me dodging. He probably hasn't got. He might have a couple of normals. Well, he's got a couple of normals if he's got dodges anyway. I don't think he's got many aces because he's not using them. And he's probably just going to recycle that queen a few times. Got queen of hearts, so could keep an eye out for other suited queens, so I know what he's got in his hand. Chances at this stage he's probably got one unstable power as well, so I've got to try and get that out as soon as possible. I don't really mind losing a bit of life to get rid of that, so I might try and throw him again. Again, I've got to worry about that queen though. But knowing him, he'll probably think that I'm going to throw to stop anything. He knows I'm going to block, and he's going to throw that, so he knows I'm going to do something. It's very confusing. I'm just going to jack here, and luckily I'm faster. So now he's got 2 cards that I know. Again, the situation's sort of reset now because he's beaten me once and I've beat him. I probably need to start building my hand a bit now, so I'm actually going to block legitimately this turn. Let's see what he comes up with. If anyone has any questions, feel free to type up. I think we've entered the mid game now, and he's on 45, which is almost half. It's very important for me to keep the life advantage here. And he's obviously realised that, and he's. So.
Nothing agrees about the lively thing.
Yeah, well, BT has basically just asked what accent Geiger has. So I would think German.
Yeah, I thought German as well, to be fair.
It's Geiger, yeah. And, right, he's burned a few normals there. So he's obviously getting his ace. He's not got anything to power up to get his aces, and I assume now that because he's used those few normals, he's probably got an unstable power, but he's keeping one or two hidden. Most people will probably think, oh yeah, he's getting rid of his dodges, less chance for unstable power, but smart people will give false information. So I'm almost certain he's got one now. So I'm just drawing a king here. Very useful tool because it will trade with him. I might save that for the end when he starts throwing some fast ones. Around the end of mid game, just before he starts using unstable power with dodge, which can pretty much destroy Geiger. I think he's going to block here this time. So this is a very unsafe move using a queen. But I feel that it's important because he's probably going to block. Oh, he's aced. And is that the one? I'm just going to check my log now to see if that's the one that he.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Most people don't care which cards they use as long as they get the same effect. But it's so important to remember who fetches what and which ones you've shown, because you can actually work out a vast majority of his hand.
So you got the ace of diamonds earlier.
Yeah. So.
So he's got more aces.
Yeah. So I've got to pass this one obviously, and he's going to hit with another ace now.
I'm sure he's got. Yeah, I was going to say
he's got 3 aces. Wow. It's huge damage. Now it's dangerous. I've got to start. I can't power up either. I've not got anything to power up. Maybe I should have saved that queen to power up. But don't think I can do anything. I've got 2. Don't really think it's. Actually, I probably should because I'm so behind already. I've got to.
Pause.
I've got to research and development. And there's an ace. Thank God for that. But, I need to get another one. Right, it's another reset situation where now we're starting approaching it endgame very quickly because of the amount of burning that that Jaina's done, and it's more or less even. This king now will beat that ace, which is a 0.8 speed, but I've really got to start watching out for that unstable power. Really can't afford to get hit with it with a dodge. So I'm going to block here because he can't do much of a throw, and if he does, he'll lose the cards. And there's that dodge. He's looking for that unstable power, or he might be bluffing. So I've got to get this ace now. I mean, I would have done it a lot sooner, but I obviously didn't have the cards to power up. And again, he's going to look for that unstable power. He's probably, don't know whether he's got 1 or 2, to be honest. It's very difficult. I should save these 9s here, but I need to get more aces. In fact, I'm going to block again. Actually, I'm going to dodge here because I want to get 3 aces so I know I can kill him. I wish I did it then. So how I'm kind of capitalising this, I should probably get knocked down. And oh, he says he got a joker. Now would be a great time for a joker, but because I'm already behind, I've got to go for it no matter what. It's worth saving this king, I guess, but I'm going to end up with like no throws if I do that. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to use this king here just because I need that throw just in case. And I really wanted that knockdown because now we can't dodge. Now he's got blocked unstable power, so now is quite a good time for a time spiral. Or he could DP me out of it, in which case I've got to use ace. Now I don't need with that 10. I don't need the power up again. I've got to keep those 9s as throws. And they're slightly faster than that 10 as well. So here we go. Very, very close. I'm not going to power up. Wow, it's another king. That's very useful. Now, at this stage, I can actually afford to hit a block, so I've got to. It's a matter of, do I want to burn this ace now, or do I want to go for the king and tie it up? And I'm probably going to go for this ace anyway. Actually, no, I actually need to keep it for a threat, so I'm going to go for this king. I'm playing a king with a combo, and then another one is bit unruly, really. It's not really kosher, so he might fall for it. It's very tough. And at worst, I'll trade with him, so he'll limit the damage, and he'll still get knocked down. And I've actually got him there. So that my ace would have won there and then. But I need to keep it as a threat. I'm going to keep him off the knockdown. Time spiral here could be crazy for the win. But ace is safer. I've got to go for it really. And there we go. That's game. So a very, very difficult match. The life lead I got in on the early game was huge. Very, very much needed because I wouldn't have won without that. And it's very difficult to beat Jaina, especially if you're behind. It's so important to get your aces as soon as possible to give a threat. And if you don't get that life lead, you just never win. You're playing catch up forever. So you've got to fight early, use those kings, use fast attacks just to get in. Time spirals are not really all useful. I should have pumped up my queens before. So yeah, very difficult match.